be the team, I'll be the camp, I'll be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. You spit on, spin move, in zone, scope. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. You spit on, spin move, in zone, scope. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Read on with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a ring now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. It's the high school's a bill.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to go from Detroit as Matt Prater approaches and booms it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 14 carries, 59 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Complete to
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On the return, here's Agnew. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback from the University of Georgia, the 12-year vet Matthew Stafford. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
From the 27, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 29-yard line.
At the 29-yard
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The first down carry here for Johnson.
Stafford hands to
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 21-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the red zone now, Stafford will drop this down to Johnson underneath. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground with Johnson.
Stafford.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now, what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Makes the score Lions 3.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's now
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
a loss of 9 yards. And it's 3rd.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get. When they
The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deshaun Hand able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, trying to squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try to duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Number 33.
Down to the 25. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
Stafford's
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Brings up
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good pick up there, 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
The 5-yard line.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Out of the gun, Stafford. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
To the end zone, touchdown Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Washington on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Jefferson on the tackle.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Freeman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
At the 42-yard line.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Agnew now to return. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st down, Washington.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Third down. Here's Haskins. He finds Roberts, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
At their own 28-yard.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Golladay, and that'll bring up second down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard.
So here are the Lions to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he could be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Stafford gets it quickly to Golladay. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 33.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Hands to carry on.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
Stafford's pass. Complete.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by Washington.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Dump off here complete. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Finds Roberts left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Complete to Seth Roberts.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Devontae Freeman.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
2-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Deshaun Hand in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player,
Washington.
disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
34-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And his throw here is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler was his intended target. But it's going to be second down. So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Well, it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And a Washington first down.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Washington.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back now at Ford Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
On the handoff.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down,
and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Adrian Peterson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Point conversion.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do.
Pass gets hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Taken in by Sims. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now this one was tight end out on the right side. That catch good for only a couple.
To Jeremy Sprinkle. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably.
And he found it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Matt Prater lining up for the point.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, which is exactly like we were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. Roberts with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Devontae Freeman.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
3-yard line.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Complete to Seth Roberts.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He was brought down by Trey Flowers. A gain of a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 14-yard line.
Freeman again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They go to Johnson again. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
It's 2nd and 8.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Lions, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers.